emotions to hide. Back on.
How we doing, YouTube? Ernie here. Just going to talk a little bit about my Traxxas RCs that I have. It's my first video. Don't really know what I'm supposed to do or say, so bear with me. I'm sure they'll get better as time goes on. First, I'm going to say the two cars that I have. I have the Traxxas Stampede, the XL5 4x4, and I have the Traxxas Rustler XL5. First thing I'm going to say is, if you plan on upgrading your car to get more power, more speed, you're better off buying the XL5s instead of the VXLs, because, in my opinion, because why spend the extra money on the one that already has a lot of power if you're going to upgrade it and just have that extra money just laying around anyways? Now, if you have cars that, or trucks that don't have a motor at all, then by all means, you buy the VXL. If you're going to upgrade the motor that you just bought, then you put the Valenian motor inside of the car that doesn't have a motor at all. I'm going to start off with the Stampede. I have the Stampede XL5 4x4. I haven't done anything to this one yet, really. I pretty much just added the Traxxas, the wheelie bar with the blue aluminum wheels. So much better than the plastic ones that actually come on the wheelie bar. They get chewed up, and then they start making the car wobble a lot more and lose control, and kaboom, you're going to crash. Other than that, I had the Valenian motor in this. I had to send it out to Traxxas because the other night I was using it outside in my yard, and the ESC decided to overheat and spark up, and the power cord, the battery cord, decided to burn right off of the ESC. So I had to send it out, have them fix it. Hopefully they'll be able to send one back and tell me. I had to send that and the motor out because they're not sure which one caused it. Other than that, the only other thing I've really done to it was I got rid of the nickel metal batteries. Unless you're a young kid that, plans on only using it for 15 minutes, the nickel metal batteries is kind of pointless. You don't really get as much power as the vehicle can give you, and when you last only about 15 minutes as an adult, 15 minutes of playing around is probably not going to be enough for you. So what I did was I upgraded to the Traxxas 3-cell LiPo battery, and that is, which I'm not too thrilled with at the moment, because this is now my third one in about a week. The first one I connected it, I soldered everything together, I connected it to my Rustler, and as soon as I connected it to the Rustler, it decided to blow up and it started burning in my living room. I got it out quick enough outside and out of my car that it didn't really do much damage. It pretty much just, some smoke, white burning to the body, the chassis. I had to get a new receiver because it melted the antenna wire. Other than that, it didn't really do anything. The second one, it just decided to, one of the cells just was damaged. I went to go charge it, couldn't figure out why it wouldn't charge, and the top of it felt a little bubbly. I brought it into my local hobby shop, and we tested it out, and one of the cells had gone. So now I'm on my third Traxxas LiPo battery. It seems like it has a decent amount of power, but doesn't really seem like they have it down completely. So if anything happens with this one, I will be switching. If anybody has any, suggestions as to what type of LiPo battery I should use, just please let me know. I'm open to any details and any information. When I did put the LiPo battery in, what I did do was, where the battery goes, I upgraded it so that instead of buying the battery expansion kit, I pretty much just got rid of the battery kit, and I put the cushions down. I put some foam right here and on the back and on the front so that the battery had a safe, secure, soft spot. And then as you can see, I used a Dremel a couple holes in the bottom and put the Velcro so that I could to hold it down. And that's pretty much all I did with the Stampede. Stampede, my girlfriend happened to just have bought me in April for my birthday. Believe it or not, I do like it a lot more than my Rustler. This thing can just take a beating, and unlike most RCs that I've actually seen and or used, it's just a extremely fun vehicle. You don't really, my recommendation is, my opinion, you don't really need to change anything on it. Even though everything's plastic, the beating that I've given it already, doing flips off the jumps and hitting shit stuff and all that, seems perfectly good with the plastic that they give you. Yeah, it's all around. I think it's an absolutely great vehicle. So as for that, the Stampede is the body that I got with it. It's just your stock Stampede 4x4. This is the XL5 body. I do, however, have another body that me and my girlfriend helped participate in painting for it. It won't be a basher body. It will just be like just to show it off a little bit. I'll probably put some LED lights under it. Not too sure yet. It was just kind of like just bored, see what we could do, and this is what we came up with. We did navy blue and fluorescent orange. She decided to pick the colors. I told her, you pick the colors and we'll see what we can do. And she came up with two completely opposite different colors, and in my opinion, it came out pretty good. This is a Proline Lexian body. As you can see, I got the Proline sticker on the back right there. I got the little Proline right here. A lot of the stuff I get, whether it be a body or tires for my vehicles, first place I look is Proline. They seem to have pretty good pricing, and a lot of their products are very good. I like them a lot so far. Now to go to my Rustler. As you can see for my Rustler, completely different tires. On the back, I switched it to the Talon tires. On the front, I have the Shootout Speed Tread tires. I did have the stock tires, but when I was trying to get the chrome off in order to dye them, I kind of had no idea what I was doing, so I decided to just stick the whole thing inside of the acetone, and when I went to go pull the tire off the rims, I legit completely ripped the tire in half, so I had to go and buy new tires. So I suggest being smart and actually making sure you get the tire off the rim before you decide to put it in acetone if you're going to dye your rims and you have to get the chrome off. As you can see, I have the Talon on the back. I'm using the Traxxas All-Star Black Chrome tires. I plan on, these are more for my off-road. I'm going to eventually have to buy the Jayco foams because with my, if you'll note, you'll see I upgraded the motor inside of this from the XL5, I should say, to the Castle Creations Sidewinder 3. Now when I first bought this, I planned on upgrading it to the Mamba Monster, but because I had been looking on YouTube when I first bought this and seeing what I could do with it, and I came across a couple people, RC Militia. I see a lot of their videos, I look at a lot of their stuff and get a lot of ideas from them. And Draven, he seems to have the best setup for over a 100-mile-an-hour Rustler. So I started looking at his and then looking into, I want it to be off-road as well as on the street, so I can't make it specifically for high-speed runs. So I figured I'd use him and, you know, kind of downgrade a little bit, figure out what I need to get and stuff like that. So what I did was I got the Capsule Creations, the Sidewinder 3. I don't know if you can really see the motor right there. I have the stock gearbox. I suggest if you buy this, you buy the gearbox where it shows more of the motor so that you can actually install the fan onto it, because it does get pretty hot. I just today received my fan for the ESC. You don't necessarily need it. Me, I'd just rather everything run cool. I don't want any incidents. So I just got the fan for the ESC just to be safe. I plan on changing the gearbox in it to be able to fit the fan over the motor, because when I had the Millennium motor in this car, I could have put the fan on it, but with this stock gearbox, but this motor is a little shorter, so it won't fit. As you'll see, I did the same thing in here for my 3S. Put the cushions all the way around, the foam I just cut the foam that came inside of the boxes for the motor and the ESC. Cut it out to fit it nice and snug, but you know, still have a little bit of room. I did the same thing. I did the Velcro. Did the Velcro here in the front of where the front of the battery is, and then to the back of the battery. As you can see, it just dremels right through the bottom. This motor, they told me, you know, it should be used more for on-road, for more high-speed runs. So I do, especially with the gearing that they were telling me I could use for it. So the lower the gear, I've noticed, the better chance you have of not having it overheat off-road. So the biggest gear that they told me to use would have been for strictly on-road. It would have burnt up if I did it off-road. And then the smallest one they told me I could have used would have been better for off-road, but it would have taken away from my, you know, if I wanted to get somewhat of a high-speed run. So I went into the middle. That way I can still do my speed runs, and I can still take it off-road. I also had to get the weights right here. You'll see I have the weights on the front. I don't have many. I only have 24. I only have 6 ounces on the front of it. I'm probably gonna have to put another. You know, they said the more you put, the less it'll wheelie, and the shorter time you'll have for a wheelie. I don't necessarily want to not be able to wheelie with it. I just want to be able to not flip over as soon as I pop a wheelie. Because even going about 45, 50 at about 3/4 throttle, if I decide to put it full throttle without the weights on it, even though I'm already going that, you know, decent amount of speed, it will still pop wheelie and flip right over. This way, it'll pop wheelie in the beginning. You just let off the throttle real quick, and you throttle back up, and it'll stay it down, keep it down. I also have the RPM bumper on the front. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people around where I live in New Hampshire, I live over in Manchester. Not a lot of people see it, or have these, I should say. I haven't really seen anybody with them. So when they see this on the street, or even in the yard, in the park, wherever, everybody just stops and they just look at it. They just, you know, at first you look, oh man, look at this kid. This guy's driving. He's using a little remote control. But I love this. I shouldn't say I love the Stampede a lot better than the Rustler, my Rustler, because I love them both the same. I just like this one in a different way. You know, it's not much of my basher body. It's more of my just play around, you know, throw up some dirt, stuff like that. But overall, I do have a lot of fun with the both of them. I do have the sand paddles for the Rustler. I haven't used them yet because I bought them in the winter time, and by the time I got everything going with the electronics and the motor, the snow had happened to melt. As you'll see, I have the sand paddle tires on the Traxxas 2.8, I think they are. Twin spokes, black chrome. I'm not a chrome person, so I try to switch it to the black. And as you'll see, I didn't do it for my upper chassis yet, or for my bulkhead, even though I plan on changing it. On the Rustler, I plan on changing everything to aluminum. It just seems like it's a lot better. I changed my turnbuckles, my steering linkage to aluminum. It seems to be a lot tighter. It doesn't have as much wiggle room. As you'll see, I dyed my body black. As you can see, the upper chassis is still gray. The gearbox is still gray. I plan on changing that to the aluminum as well. Traxxas wheelie bar. I just got this and put it on once I got the Castle Creation. Still have the stock plastic wheels, which are horrible. As soon as you spin it with your finger, it doesn't even spin. It spins for a couple seconds and then it stops. As opposed to the aluminum ones that I had taken off my Rustler and put it onto my Stampede, you spin it and it just keeps going and going and going. Just a lot better. They don't get chewed up as much. The plastic ones, they hit the ground and they just want to bounce because they don't, I don't know, they just can't take a beating. I just put this one on here and it's already chewed up, so you're better off just buying the aluminum ones with the rubber wheels. I want to get like I said, with the Stampede, that's just pretty much going to be my basher one. You know, have a little fun with that, do some flips, stuff like that. I'll change a couple things here and there, not too much. You know, I think that overall Traxxas did a really good job, other than the fact that the body. One thing I've noticed, and I saw a lot of comments about, is the fact that the center of gravity, it's a very high body. It sits really high, chassis. The chassis sits really high off the ground. And then when you put the body on, it sits even higher off the body, off of the chassis, and you can see right through the chassis because unlike the Rustler, it doesn't go to the body doesn't go down to the side and cover the sides, which I wish it did. If anybody has any, even my hobby shop, you know, they seem pretty good for the most part. Some of the things they don't really know. I want to drop my chassis on my Stampede so that's a little bit lower, and possibly lower the body so that it sits better around the chassis instead of above the chassis. If anybody has any ideas, any comments on anything like that, I'm open to whatever options or thoughts anybody has. As for my Rustler, it's pretty good. I cut a lot of holes into the body because I didn't have the fan for the ESC on the Mamba Monster. Not the Mamba Monster, the Sidewinder yet. So I cut some holes to keep it cool. Now I have the fan, so the holes are pretty pointless. As for the body I did on this one, I bought the stock body, bought the VXL body, just painted it gunmetal gray, a little bit of silver. That was it. It came with the stickers. Only one I wanted to put on was the Rustler VXL sticker, and then I put my Valenian on the top. Even though I'm sticker in the middle, I'm probably going to take that off, considering I don't have the Valenian motor inside of this anymore, now that I have it in my Stampede. As you can see, I wanted more of of a mean look, so I didn't put the wing on the back. Just gives it more of an overall monster look, I guess you could say, as opposed to a sport look with the wing. I just think it looks a little bit more meaner without it. And I also, just because, you know, why not? Everybody likes messing around. I put a few lights on the bottom. Just connected them with your basic 9-volt Duracell battery. All I used was the 3M double-sided mounting tape that you get at any store, pretty much. I did blue. I got my lights at Walmart. You know, it's regular lights that you buy in the auto section. I plan on buying an actual LED kit for this body through Traxxas or wherever, but I plan on having a legit one for this, as well as the blue and orange body for the Sampede. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to talk about. Like, share, subscribe for me, just so I can get out there a little bit, so more people see me, can help me out a little bit more, give me some more ideas and, you know, some information and what I should do, what they think I should do. You know, I'm always open to somebody else having a better idea than what I have. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I'm sure I probably sounded pretty much like a dumbass, but like, share, subscribe, comments would be great. Anything you guys know, I'm gonna upload, possibly upload some more stuff as I go along. I wanted to start uploading starting as of January when I first bought the Rustler, but every time I changed something, but every time I bought something, I just wanted to get it on, put it in, and get going. I never, you know, stopped and thought about making a video. But if people start asking questions, anything they want to know, if I don't know it, I'll find out the answer for you. I'm learning really quick about this stuff. I take everybody's, you know, opinions under consideration. So any information, let me know. I'm open up to anything. Thank you guys, and I will see you again soon.